Uh, Good evening, everybody. By the powers vested in me by the Toastmaster International and the trust heaped upon me by the Meycauayan Toastmasters Club, I now open this meeting of the Meycauayan Toastmasters Club tonight.
Let's bow our heads in prayer. Heavenly Father, thank you for the gift of life, the breath in our lungs, and the strength in our bodies. As we reflect on the importance of health in tonight's theme, remind us to care for not just our physical well-being, but also our minds, our hearts, and our words. May this meeting be a check-up, not just of our speaking skills, but of our courage and our confidence. Bless every member present, guide us to listen with empathy, speak with purpose, and encourage one another in wellness and in wisdom. In your grace, we grow stronger, body, mind, and spirit. Amen. As a member of Toastmasters International and my club, I promise to attend club meetings regularly, to prepare all of my projects to the best of my ability, basing them on the Toastmasters education program, to prepare for and fulfill meeting assignments, to provide fellow members with helpful, constructive evaluations, to help the club maintain the positive, friendly environment necessary for all members to learn and grow, to serve my club as an officer when called upon to do so, to treat my fellow club members and our guests with respect and courtesy, to bring guests to club meetings so they can see the benefits Toastmasters membership offers, to adhere to the guidelines and rules for all Toastmasters education and recognition programs, to act within Toastmasters' core values of integrity, respect, service, and excellence during the conduct of all Toastmasters activities.
Good evening, everybody. Good evening, our esteemed guest, our general evaluator for tonight, Toastmaster Sonia Chan. And it is a very pleasant, it's not raining, it's a pleasant Tuesday evening. And we hope to come up tonight with a very wonderful learning-filled evening. And the theme for tonight is about our personal concern. Yes, for tonight, we will have with us for the theme, the Toastmaster of the evening will tell us something about the theme. Brace yourself for a wonderful experience tonight in learning. Yes, let us all welcome the Toastmaster of the evening. Toastmaster Rai. Oh, yes. Or Toastmaster Chris.
It's okay, Toastmaster Mar. Good evening, everyone. And it's my pleasure to guide you all as Toastmaster of the evening to our Toastmaster session for today. Let me just quickly share my screen as we dive into our theme of the night. So our theme for today is annual physical examination. According to the Makati Medical website, The definition of annual physical examination is a yearly checkup or routine health examination. It is a comprehensive evaluation of our overall health status. While it is commonly done in the corporate field, usually when we are applying for a job, it is typically recommended for everyone, especially for individuals all ages, regardless of specific health conditions, to take it. According to their website, and normally this is the usual checklist that we gone through whenever we undergo annual physical exam. They have four checklists for annual physical examination. The first one is the vital signs measurement, where they check the blood pressure, the heart rate, respiratory rate, and temperature. The second one is the medical history review. This part of the exam includes any underlying health conditions, current medications, allergies, or past surgeries. The third one is the physical examination itself, where we usually face with doctors or specialists to examine or evaluate our heart, lungs, abdomen, skin, eyes, ears, nose, throat, and neurological function. And lastly, the lab test, or what we know are the diagnostic tests. This is required, and they usually take our blood tests, complete blood count, lipid panel, blood glucose, urine test, and many more. But take note, the particulars of an annual physical examination can vary depending on risk factors, medical history, age, and gender. That is why it is essential to communicate openly with your healthcare provider during exams so you'll know if you need further tests. Regular examinations are necessary for maintaining health and preventing illness or diseases. In relation to our topic tonight, I also researched some information and data regarding the Filipinos, if how many of us really undergo or take annual physical examinations. Unfortunately, I didn't get any current data, but in 2023, this is after the Universal Health Law was passed. The Capstone Intel Corporation, it is a private research agency. They did an in-depth study on how the Universal Healthcare Law can address the issue of making free medication or checkups affordable and accessible to all to all Filipinos. According to the research, there are 1,205 respondents spanning ages 18 to beyond 65 years old. Only 40% of the respondents confirmed or responded that they undergo annual medical checkups. On the other hand, only 33% of them only undergo checkups when they feel unwell. And we can relate to that, right? And 7% of them only go to consultation less often than every 2 to 3 years. In relation to that as well, they also study the analysis of age demographics, the frequency with which individuals undergo yearly medical checkups, because it varies across age groups. Specifically, the study found out that 51% of the respondents of those age, 45 to 54 years old, receive annual checkups, followed by 50% in the 35 to 44 age group, and then 41%, 41% for 25 to 34 age group. 38% of the respondents aging from 55 to 64 years old confirmed that they receive annual checkups. And lastly, those who are aging 65 and above, they only got 31% response and confirmed that they receive annual checkups. From the survey, it was also observed that out of 1,205 respondents, 26% of individuals with a monthly income opt out for annual checkups. Additionally, only 3.5% of respondents with a monthly salary undergo a health checkup every 2 to 3 years, whereas 14.3% of people with monthly salaries only get a health checkup when they feel unwell. And For the respondents who earn less than 10,000 monthly, they also found out that 32% of them only seek medical checkups only when feeling unwell. 26% of them rarely have health checkups, and 16% of them have annual checkups. And more than 50% of those with monthly income of 65,000 or more have an annual health checkup. So you can see with the data how having really the salary, having really the means greatly affects on how we can access the the annual checkups or with our well-being. So based on the findings, annual medical checkups remain a health priority for a substantial portion of the population, though habits differ significantly across age and income levels. Middle-aged individuals, especially those aged 35 to 54 years old and higher income earners, are more consistent in undergoing yearly checkups, while younger adults and those with lower incomes tend to delay or skip these preventive measures. The data highlights a clear disparity in health monitoring behaviors, emphasizing the need for more inclusive and accessible wellness that encourage routine checkups across all demographics. Now that we know that we are somehow privileged if we are part of the group who can undergo annual checkups, even without feeling unwell, it's worth remembering that maintaining health, like running a well-organized Toastmaster session, requires regular monitoring, timely interventions, and keen observation. And that brings us to our technical team for tonight, our backbone of today's sessions, who play roles very similar to our medical specialists. Our timer for tonight is Toastmaster Betchay, who will keep our discussion in prime condition, ensuring that we stay energized without overexerting. With precise timekeeping, she will help us to manage our speaking durations, keeping every voice on pace and every conversation on track. For our feeler and motion evaluator, which is former called a counter and motion evaluator, which is now called FAME, we have Toastmaster Rai De Jesus, who has a keen ear for the subtle habits that often slip under the radar, like a skilled diagnostician catching early signs before they become distractions. He will attentively monitor for filler words, sounds, and motions that may dilute our message, ensuring our delivery remains clear, confident, and compelling. For our general evaluator for tonight, we have Toastmaster Elise Delatas, who will take on the role of physician conducting a comprehensive wellness check. With a perceptive insight, she will assess the overall flow and conduct of our meeting, offering thoughtful feedback that nurtures growth and continuous improvement. And finally, our grammarian. She will be our communication nutritionist, who will ensure our language stays rich and well balanced. Our grammarian will offer insights and feedbacks on our word choices and language usage. And we will also introduce the word of the nights. So without further ado, let us welcome Toastmaster Armel.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Chris. Since we do not have any guest tonight, I will give you directly the word of the night that will be used. The word is pathology, meaning the structural and functional deviations from the normal that constitute disease or characterize a particular disease. Sentence usage. No trace of tumor was found in the pathology testing of tissue that has been removed. Now, to give you a simpler definition of the word pathology, it is a study of diseases and how they affect the body. It is like being a detective to your health, where pathologists examine tissues, cells, and bodily fluids to figure out what's going on and help doctors make a diagnosis. Think of it as a solving puzzle to find out what is making you sick. For example, how can we use it tonight in our meeting? In Toastmasters, I am learning to diagnose my communication weaknesses and prescribe effective solutions to become a more confident and compelling public speaker. Whereas in pathology, they diagnose diseases to figure out what is the cause of feeling unwell. May I call on someone to use the word of the night, pathology?
I can
Can
volunteer.
we try
I
with,
can volunteer.
yes, Toastmaster Rose, sure.
Pathology is the study of bacteria. It is not the path. It is not the study of the pathways in Toastmasters.
Amazing Toastmaster Rose. I would like to hear from distinguished Toastmaster Sonia. Can you use the word pathology in a
In a
sentence?
sentence. Well, maybe by way of a sentence, I might say that if I were in the College of Medicine, my favorite subject would be pathology.
Amazing, thank you so much. I challenge you to use the word pathology for tonight. If you use it for 10 to 15 words, I will give 100 pesos Gcash to our club fund. Over to you, our Toastmaster of the evening, Toastmaster Chris.
Thank you, Toastmaster Armel. I think it's motivating to hear that there will be a prize. So everyone, let's use the word of the night. All right. Just like an annual physical examination comes with a comprehensive package, vital signs, lab tests, and wellness counseling, our educational portion today is equally rich in insight and personal development. Think of our table topic segment as the quick diagnostic test, spontaneous, revealing, and designed to surface our agility in thought and speech. But just as no medical test runs itself, we need a sharp and intuitive facilitator to administer these verbal diagnostics, a specialist who knows how to challenge yet encourage, to probe gently but purposefully. Let us now welcome our table topics master, Toastmaster Rai de Jesus.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and friends. I am your table topics master for tonight. To start the ball rolling, I will be sharing my screen. And for tonight, our theme is about annual physical examination. So our table topics is in a way related to our theme for tonight. Your doctor says you're perfectly healthy, but then hands you a mysterious envelope labeled secret results for your eyes only. What is inside?
Yes.
May I call Toastmaster Mar, our president, our dear president?
Yes. Thank you very much, DM Ryan. Yes. If the doctor has handed you an envelope to that effect, secret results for your eyes only, what could be inside but something that is not normally within the commerce of health? Well, you can be perfectly healthy, it could be assumed, but there are certain mysteries in the field of medicine. Maybe the laboratory results will give you a check on the vital aspects, but there could be something mysterious because we know the so-called rare disease such as Guillain-Barré syndrome. So it could be that something could be starting in your body. Maybe those are the rare diseases, meaning those diseases that are one in a million. But for me, I would just like to view it with a certain amount of, with a grain of truth. And Maybe it is something I should keep watchful eye on. And maybe it has not yet developed or it has not yet begun its growth, but certainly it is a warning. It is a time that I can exercise my faith. Maybe on the inside it was good, but certainly this is a challenge for me to keep on trusting God because there may be something that is just about to happen. But of course, it may happen or it may not. It may start or it may not. The answer is force on me. Thanks for the warning. And back to you, back to you, table topics master.
That is a wonderful delivery of your speech, Toastmaster Mar. And now let's proceed to our next question. Our next question is, if your annual physical exam included a checkup for your emotional and mental health, what advice would the doctor give you? If your annual physical exam included a checkup for your emotional and mental health, what advice would the doctor give you? I would like to call on our virtual stage. Is Toastmaster Elise a prepared speaker for tonight?
Talaga naman ako sa mental health.
Yeah.
No po.
Yes. Go ahead, Tita Elise.
I'm your GE. Ako talaga naisip mo. I'm sorry, I'm your GE. Toastmaster
Okay.
Rai.
Okay. Sorry. Thank you. May I call Toastmaster Armel? Toastmaster Armel?
Maybe the doctor would tell me that you are perfectly well tonight or these days, Armel. You are having your happy pill with you always. I wish the doctor would say or would tell that to me when I had my checkup. But then, obviously, there are days that I am well, and there are also days that I am not. But I do believe that it is just normal. Every day I might not be motivated, but it is okay. It is also a good way of saying that it is all right to not experience motivation or being inspired. What I would like to know from my doctor is that it is just normal to feel that way because I am not the only person I'm feeling that. The most important thing is I should face every day with hope, with assurance that everything will be okay in spite of the challenges in life. So, fellow Toastmasters, if you're given a chance to have that mental health checkup, what would you like to know from your doctor? It is all right to feel unwell sometimes, but let us not indulge in that moment because I believe that life is a gift. We should always nourish it with laughter, with inspiration, and with lots of love every day. Back to you, Toastmaster Rai.
Thank you, Toastmaster Armel. And it seems that you wanted to share something about a Netflix show. It's okay not to be okay. So thank you for answering this challenging question. And now let's proceed to our next topic. If there was a live exam instead of a physical one, what three areas would you want to be tested on, and how would you score yourself? If there was a live exam instead of a physical one, what three areas would you want to be tested on, and how would you score yourself? Anyone wanted to answer this question? Chat in the chat box, because I'm having trouble seeing your camera. I cannot see your faces. I cannot open my camera. I don't know why. I only see the screen in uh, in my in my in my tablet. Anyone wanted to volunteer? I'll read. Okay. How about Tito Oscar? Thank you, Toastmaster Mark. Okay. Toastmaster Oscar. Toastmaster Oscar, will you be our third table topics speaker for tonight?
Yes, I am going to answer this question. I think more than health or more than bodily or physical health, we should also get a life examination on how we've been through with life. And the three main ingredients of a happy, healthy life would be happiness, empathy, and respect. I am 72 years old and I have been through a lot of challenges in my life, health challenges as well. I was diagnosed with prostate cancer about 3 years ago, but I went through the challenge with great enthusiasm. And after that, I was healed and I examined myself differently. And I approached my life exam by scoring myself on the area of how happy I have been in my life. Empathy is also a good reason for me to be healthy mentally and emotionally. How I have been empathic with other people in the way they run their own lives. I have my own shares of challenges as well in this area, but empathy is one area that I would like to be tested on. And I think, in a matter of speaking, I should rate myself high on this one. But more than anything else, I think respect is also one area of like life exam that I would like to take. A lot of people forget and neglect their body, their minds. We should always respect ourselves. We should always respect other people, regardless of their health conditions in life, whether they're fat or old. We should be able to respect everybody's being. And that, to me, is the three most important life exams that I would like to take in my own life. And I think I should score high in these areas if I were to score myself. Back to you, Toastmaster Rai.
It seems that you don't look 72, Tito Oscar.
I am.
Yeah, really. With your energy, enthusiasm, and excitement, you look really young. You look like around 50s, late 50s.
You just passed your life exam for happiness, empathy, and respect.
Anyway, so let's proceed. And for our final table topics question for tonight, you're in the waiting room for your annual physical checkup, and the person beside you is your future self. I would like to call Toastmaster Rose to answer this question. You're in the waiting room for your annual physical, and the person beside you is your future self. What conversation do you have?
Interesting.
Oi, Rose, how are you? It's been, wow, how many years now? You know what? I would like to thank you, younger Rose, because look at me. I am fit and healthy because you chose to half your rice. So you can continue eating less rice for now so that you can stay healthy. You can also avoid not real. I'm not telling you to not eat sweets. You can just avoid them, say from Monday, Wednesday, and Friday only, right? Other days you can do it. You can treat it as a cheat day and eat sweets. And congratulations on congratulations on exercising every other day. You know the weights that you lifted, they've built muscles for me right now. And yes, you can continue doing that. Don't stop because this is me and I am thanking you that we are healthier and happier this time. We have more energy and we can share, uh, uh, we can live a more quality life because of that. And yes, I return the control back to Toastmaster Rai.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rose. And I know that you are very, very, very conversational. That is why I really look forward for your answer in this in this certain topic because I've known you in all your speeches that you are really into conversational uh, speeches. So thank you for answering our fourth table topics question. Fellow Toastmasters and friends, keep in mind that our our physical examination is just one part of us to become healthy. As Toastmaster Oscar said, we really need to analyze and to check as well the other aspects of our life, perhaps our spiritual, and of course our emotional, and also the values that we are practicing and the character that we are building as we go along into this life for us to live a happy, healthy, and fruitful life, for us to be able to serve our community and our fellow Toastmasters. That is my role for tonight. Back to you, our Toastmaster of the evening, Toastmaster Chris.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Rai, and to all our courageous participants for our table topics session. Now we move on to the prepared speeches, the pathology lab of our communication skills. Here, speakers showcase growth, polish, and purpose as if submitting verbal biopsies for analysis, following through on their prescribed routines to ensure every word is healthy, intentional, and well formed. Our first speaker for tonight is delivering a speech from the Effective Coaching Path. Speech Project Level 2.3 Introduction to Toastmaster Mentoring. The objective of his speech is to clearly define how Toastmasters envisions mentoring. The title of his speech is Healthy Leader, and he will be evaluated by Toastmaster Lead Mabayad with a 5 to 7 minutes to deliver it. Let's give a warm welcome to Toastmaster Oscar Soriano for Healthy Leader, Toastmaster Oscar Soriano.
Thank you, Toastmaster Chris. There is a saying, and I would say a cliche that we all know by heart, and this is health is wealth. Of course, everybody knows that. And as kids, our ever-caring parents, or you should say guardians, always remind us to be healthy all the time. How? Eat leafy green vegetables to be strong, or probably drink a warm glass of milk before bedtime for us to be stronger and taller. Also, to brush our teeth all the time. Parents and kids, those were the days. But as we grow older, we kind of like understand and appreciate the deeper meaning of that phrase, health is wealth. More so when we start to chase our dreams, our careers, and assume roles in the community we live in. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters. Let me ask you, what use is all that influence, all that power, and all that success in this world if your body and mind are breaking down? Health, both physical and mental, is the foundation. I'd like to repeat that, is the foundation on which everything else stands. That includes leadership. You know, we often celebrate great leaders, visionaries, CEOs, presidents, and heroes. We study how they speak. We follow every single decision they make in life affecting the life of others, and we watch them lead other people. But rarely do we talk about the health that fuels that kind of leadership. Steve Jobs, the founder of Apple, a great philanthropist, and one of the greatest visionaries of our generation, died at 55 of pancreatic cancer. His last words before he died, "Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Oh, wow." Trying to reminisce his contributions to this great world with his technology inventions before he passed away. Noynoy Aquino followed in the footsteps of his parents, Ninoy and Cory, and became the president of the Philippines as well. But he died peacefully at age 61. Nora Honor, you know her for, of course, national artist. She was followed by millions of fans all over the world. She lost her beautiful singing voice in 2010. And most recently this year, she passed away because of health reasons. Fellow Toastmasters, a sharp mind requires a healthy body. Of course, you know that. And emotional intelligence demands some mental resilience. Three things: consistency, clarity, and decision-making. All are impossible without well-being. Let me explain to you my point in a very simple situation or a very simple picture. Imagine a car with a brilliant GPS that can lead you and take you anywhere in the world, guide you through roads and bridges everywhere, or a full tank of ambition and a destination called success. But the engine, that is your health, is falling off and breaking down. How far do you think that beautiful car will go? If you're lucky, maybe halfway down the road before it breaks. Or if you are lucky, it could break down and stall you in the middle of somewhere at any time or place. Fellow Toastmasters, we are like that car. You may be powerful, but without the fuel of well-being, you stall, you worry, and you fail. But we invest a lot in our health. When we invest in our health, those little things that we do, like walking or jogging in the morning, or even doing Sugma with your good friends, or drinking a lot of water, or managing your stress, we are actually strengthening our leadership. Remember, fellow Toastmasters, a healthy leader is a focused leader. A leader doesn't get burned down after one great speech or after making a hard decision, but lasts to be strong during perils and during times or setbacks. These are the true currencies of leadership. And when you take care of yourself, you also set standards for others to follow. You show your team, your teamwork, your team members, your community, the Toastmasters, your family, that well-being matters. You remind them that success doesn't have to come out of the cost of your body and your peace of mind. Listen, fellow Toastmasters, stop thinking of health as something extra or you have to do maybe later on in your life after you have made it. Health is a starting point. It's the beginning of everything. It's the starting point of your leadership. It's not a luxury. It's the first investment you make in becoming a great leader. After this, you become a better parent, a better friend, a better Toastmaster, and a better human being. To lead well, you must live well. So tonight, if you have goals and plans, whether it's personal or professional, remember, health is not a side goal. It is your foundation. And because when health is strong, leadership becomes sustainable. And when leadership is guided by well-being, everybody rises. Everybody wins. Everybody becomes a healthy leader. So be healthy, fellow Toastmasters. Back to you, Toastmaster Chris.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Oscar, for your thoughtful and timely reminder. Your speech was a gentle nudge to every one of us to prioritize what truly matters, our well-being alongside our ambitions and success in life. And one thing I will um, keep in my mind, what you said is to lead well, you must live well. Thank you so much,
Yes.
Toastmaster Oscar. All right. Our next speaker is delivering a speech from the Motivational Strategies Path, Speech Project Level 3.1, Understanding Emotional Intelligence. The objective of his speech is to cultivate an understanding of how your emotions impact your relationships. The title of his speech is Life's Awkward Moments, Life's Lessons, and he will be evaluated by Toastmaster Mark Edrada with 5 to 7 minutes to deliver it. Let's cheer for Toastmaster Mar Libiran for Life's Awkward Moments, Life's Lessons, Life's Awkward Moments, Life Lessons, Toastmaster Mar Libiran.
Yes. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and our esteemed guests. Would you believe that life has occasional awkward moments and ironies? Yes, you may treat those awkward moments either as nuisance, a puzzle, a quirk of fate, or a treasure trove of lessons. Let me share to you some of my personal stories which you may be familiar with. Maybe you have heard it from others, or you may have experienced them yourselves. Let me begin. The first one is about feeling the pain. One night, I suddenly felt pain all over my body. The pain was so intense and persistent that I hardly got asleep that night, hoping that the morning will be bringing me relief from those pains. However, the pain continued the next day. And then I finally said to myself that by all means, I will see a doctor. But on my way to the doctor, the pain suddenly, mysteriously disappeared to the point that I felt better, as if I did not experience pain the night before. So that I felt well. And I thought, should I still see a doctor? But because we have made appointment with the doctor, I came face to face with the doctor and feeling awkward, I said, no, doc, I am well. I did not feel any pain anymore. Second, are you familiar with the phrase, when it rains, it pours? Well, in our lives, there are droughts and there are floods. Where there are moments when you have nothing at all, and there are moments when you have an abundance of something that you could not handle it anymore. That is how when it rains, it pours manifest. Let me state the cases where it happened to me. It could happen to you. First, in food. There were days when I was looking for something that I can chew or bite on in the house. Maybe something junk food or something salty to just keep me awake. But unfortunately, this craving or urge could not be satisfied because, to my disappointment, I could not find those bits of foods or even or those what we call as junk foods or any piece of bread. So could not satisfy my craving. On the other hand, there were days when I just bought plenty of food and we ate a hearty meal. And then suddenly, the neighbor will come and give the same kind of food in the same kind and the same quantity. Oh my goodness. So there are no more spaces in the refrigerator. How can we handle this food? What should we do with this one? And then the third one is about the buses. Yes. For the better part of my life, I was commuting from home to work. And yes, at that time, before the advent of the FX and the point-to-point buses, the only reliable, most common buses here in Bulacan is the Baliwag Transit. It has two routes, the Cubao and then the Second Avenue. I usually take the Second Avenue or the Divisoria bound buses. And on the average, it usually takes 30 to 45 minutes before the next bus arrives. But irony of ironies, when I'm not going to my office, when I'm going to Cubao, all these Second Avenue bound or Divisoria bound buses will come in succession. So what an irony. Now, let us go to another irony, like in Christmas program raffles. I have tough luck in raffles. In fact, I hardly win raffles. But I could remember the times that the MC or the game master announced that those who will be picked up for minor prizes will no longer be eligible for higher or major prizes. Of course, everybody is wishing that their names will not be called. But guess what? Before, I could not hear my name, but my name was called first. So that was amazing. Now, what can we, what all of this indicate? That life is full of uncertainties and like jokes from which we can train to respond quickly, creatively, and resolutely. We can say that what if life does not go your way or it does not go to your favor? How can we equip ourselves from life uncertainty? There are many ways, but I tell you the three major ways by which we can equip ourselves about life uncertainties. One, we must have plan B, C, D. Of course, the plan cannot be understated. We have to have a contingency plan so that we can act, we dispatch, we can provide for uncertainty. Second, we should accept where we are, because where we are, we've been acquainted with the situation, and we can develop better solutions, more feasible approaches, so that we can continue to success in our field. And then the third one, learn and treasure our lessons. Remember how many times you have encountered mistakes. Maybe 20 times. Maybe a lot misfired. Maybe a lot did not work. But those 20 times that you have experienced, maybe the 20 times wisdom for you. Why? Because these 20 times could have been the 20 possible error points that are eliminated. To some people, trial and error, it's called trial and error. But to me, it is trial and success because you have eliminated the 20 error points. And that will, if life is graded like right minus wrong, then you are in a way towards being graded towards higher grade. Life may be simple. Life may be full of surprises. If we know how to enjoy the surprises, then we might as well enjoy our lessons. When life suddenly gives ironies, seemingly insurmountable problems, or surprise us with clueless or unfamiliar situation, would it not be scary if we are prepared to face them? Less scary, less stress, and less daunting. How do we go from here? How do we treat what happens to us? Life's occasional awkward moments or life's occasional jokes.
Right.
Are they bad jokes? Big problem? Comic relief? Pack of life? Or trails to creativity? The answer is yours. Back to you, Toastmaster of the evening.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Mar, for sharing us that those awkward moments or even the most cringe-worthy ones can be a powerful coaches in our life in disguise. All right. Let us move on now to our third speaker of the night, who is delivering a speech from the Persuasive Influence Path, Speech Project Level 5.2, High Performance Leadership. The objective of this speech is to apply the skills needed to successfully lead in a volunteer organization. The title of his speech is the Diamond Gavel Awards Night, and he will be evaluated by Toastmaster Sedi Cortez with 5 to 7 minutes to deliver it. Let's hear from Toastmaster Mark Edrada, the Diamond Gavel Awards Night. The Diamond Gavel Awards Night, Toastmaster Mark Edrada.
Who among you want to take home any award? Okay, I see Toastmaster Rai. Anybody? Who else? I think every one of us wants to take home any award. Last June 24, we had our club's first Diamond Gavel Awards night. Apparently, it was a blast because everything seemed unexpected. Distinguished Toastmaster Christine, who received the Lifetime Achievement Award for Communication and Leadership, was surprised. The guest general evaluators who bagged imaginary trophies were also flabbergasted at what had happened. Even I, who won 3 major awards, was shocked. That awards night was a product of careful planning and collaboration among our teams, the deliberation team, the fast break trio, and every one of you and our guests who witnessed the event. Our main hosts, Jeff and Rose, pulled the show off, making Rose the darling of the year. Club treasurer and darling of the year in one person. Only Rose can do it. Our fast break trio, Sedi, Chris, and Anna, were also well rehearsed. It took them at least 2 rehearsals to deliver one of the best commercial breaks I have ever seen. Even the timing was well practiced. As the producer of the awards night, I am saying that you are now promoted as the main hosts in the next season. Then the climax was the awarding of the best general evaluators in the guest category. Who would have thought that our general evaluators were not only evaluated, they were also judged by the deliberation team. And among the best evaluators, we needed to pick the top 3. And as they said, this award was priceless for them. Therefore, ladies and gentlemen, the lesson. When you evaluate whether within our club or outside, give your best shot. You do not know if you're being evaluated. Fellow Toastmasters, who among you want to take home an award? I got 3 awards that night. The Leader of the Year, the Mentor of the Year, and the Meycauayan Toastmaster of the Year. I didn't expect that I would be getting the other 2. And I will not tell you the award I expected to take home. In any awarding ceremony, there are 3 phases. The first phase is you receive an award because you are exemplary. The second phase is that you are the one sponsoring the awarding because you see exemplary people. And the third phase, the award is named after you as you gave legacy in the society for being exemplary. In other words, first phase, sumasali sa contest. Second phase, siya na ang nagpapa-contest. And third phase, sa kanya na ipinapangalan ang contest. Fellow Toastmasters, the project does not end there. For now, enjoy the first phase of the competition and awarding. Then plan to go to the second phase where you're building your legacy. And afterwards, strive to be at the third phase. Back to you, Toastmaster Chris.
That was it, Toastmaster Mark. Just kidding. I'm expecting more from your speech, but thank you so much for everyone who planned the Diamond Gavel Awards night. We really enjoyed it, and I guess everyone, on behalf of everyone, really enjoyed it, and we can wait for next year. And we're excited to know who will be awarded for next year. So yeah, it's a motivation for every one of us. All right. Now, last but not the least, our fourth speaker of the night, who is delivering a speech for her distinguished Toastmaster project. The objective of this speech is to demonstrate your skills as a leader and a public speaker. The title of her speech is Sustainability Through Education, and she will be evaluated by Toastmaster Lead Mabayad with 5 to 7 minutes to deliver it. Let's hear it from Toastmaster Rose Pagia. Sustainability through education, sustainability through education, Toastmaster Rose Pagia.
Start the why. Sorry. Can you hear me okay? Oh. Okay.
Yes, po.
Start the why. Okay. Thank you. Start the why when they are still young. When we moved to our family home, we had access to a small patch of land. I don't know where she got it, but my mother was a green thumb. Have you noticed that people before seem to have, it's like common knowledge to them, it's like common sense for them to know about plants? She planted so many Filipino classics like bayabas, sile, kamyas, of course santan, San Francisco, and many others. She also sorted the garbage like pathology from the recyclables, at least the ones that can be bought by the botejario, and the non-recyclables, and the biodegradables, for which we have a compost pit. And that is most likely where I got the habit, and now with all the issues that we have, the foundation of my fight for a more sustainable future. That is how I was raised to be a steward, not just of 13 cats, but of the earth. Now I'm given a chance to put them into action through my Distinguished Toastmaster project, Sustainability Through Education. My project aims to create an information campaign at the barangay level through a seminar or a series of seminars, if allowed, with the help of the barangay and the Sangguniang Kabataan, and of course, the community through the schools. Currently, Bulacan with a K has a Municipal Environment and Natural Resources Office there, which I am happy to say is very active and doing programs and advertising them on their Facebook page. They conducted a Gawad SK Ambassador Awards 2025. Oh, this is one of their projects, Plastics in Exchange for Garments, and the other one, Plastic Bottles in Exchange for Books. Another recent program is the Gawad SK Ambassadors 2025, and they also do a barangay quarterly environment assessment. This is my barangay down in number 6. If you can see my mouse, I'm not sure. Number 6, San Nicolas. So to help get a higher ranking for barangay San Nicolas, this is where our project would come in. The categories for the barangay solid waste from the Barangay Solid Waste Management Board for the assessment are the following. So environmental ordinances, information, education, and communication, material recovery facility, protection of waterways, and of course, officially submitting. We will help with the information, education, and communication. We will achieve this by holding a seminar in the school for grade school children. Now, I hope to target children so they can start caring for the environment at a young age. My selected speakers will be a representative from the office, the Municipal Environment and Natural Resources Office, to help introduce the office and what they do. Also, I would like to invite a representative from the Waste Disposal Management. And we'll also find specialists for people who do composting or maybe a specialist in minimalist living. Those are my targets. And of course, the materials will be reviewed so that it will cater to the younger market. And it can be done through the Science Week, or it will probably coincide to one of the coming up environmental days, such as the World Water Week in August, or the World Wildlife Day in October, or the World Environmental Health Day in September. So those are the few dates that we are looking at. Included in the campaign will be social media posts and blogs and creation of flyers. Now, these are to be targeted or distributed to our target schools, of which is Young Achievers Montessori School. This is the private school in our barangay. And then we will also try to secure to schedule a seminar in Marcelo H. Del Pilar Elementary School. That's the public school in our barangay. Part of the program will be, let me stop sharing my screen. That's all there is there. So part of the program will be like the SK contest that they had, where we will ask children to come up with ideas on how they can help with the environment. Or we could also do the usual poster making campaign. And I was thinking we can mint them so they can be an NFT and raise funds. People need to understand how daily actions impact the environment. For me, it's like a social pathology that people mindlessly throw their garbage out of the Jeep, just like that. When they themselves who live there experience flooding, and that's a big problem here, not just in our barangay, but in nearby barangays as well. Education solves many problems. Being not just aware, but knowledgeable in sustainability will create a ripple effect that will echo to the future. I hope to inculcate these to our local youth so that they will create the habit in them and intrinsically an appreciation of nature. I believe it will help people live with safety, live with dignity, and live with hope. Back to you, Toastmasters Chris.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rose. And that was really a good project. And we hope to hear from you the output and the ranking of your barangay after this project. All right. Once again, let us all give a warm round of applause to all our speakers for tonight, not just the prepared speeches, but even our table topics speakers. We also wanted to welcome our division director, DTM Nolly Manlapas. Good evening po, and thank you for joining us tonight. I hope you're well.
Thank you for recognizing the I am well. Thank you for recognizing the arrival of the late division director. Thank you.
You're welcome po. All right. Toastmaster Betcha, do we have 5 minutes to take a break, or should we move to our evaluation portion?
It's actually still early. So is it all right for everyone to continue? Or would you like that? Is it okay?
Yeah.
The evaluation and all the other technical reporting, believe the general evaluator should be asking for them.
Yes, but if everyone, go ahead, PM Mark.
Tita
You
Elise,
have
I have forwarded you the updated role takers for the evaluation via the messenger.
Yes, I already have it.
All
I
right,
have it.
we can continue.
Yes. Yes. So, okay, we will now proceed to our evaluation portions. So, as everyone, just every thorough physical examination concludes with a detailed assessment where doctors review test results, analyze symptoms, and offer recommendations. Our program now enter its own vital phase, the evaluation portion. This is where we receive our wellness report, so to speak. Our general evaluator, much like the head physician, will give us a comprehensive overview of the session's health, from pacing to participation to overall performance. So let us now welcome Toastmaster Elise, our general evaluator for tonight.
Hello, Toastmasters. Good evening. I am your Dr. D, Dr. Discipline, who's going to impose a lot of discipline tonight. And basically, our Toastmaster of the Evenings program has very well explained what are your annual physical examinations supposed to, everyone is supposed to undergo this, right? And to start off with the program, I really commend what Mark, the distinguished Toastmaster Mark, has been doing like 4 years. And wait, I have a technical. Okay, so he would always have this pre-call meeting to make sure that everyone is going to take a role. And this is actually very good, to your heart, because he's kind of distressing himself. He's kind of like experimenting to release his endorphins and serotonins because he doesn't want to be distressed. And so he wants to make sure that everybody is here, but has been basically doing that for years. And it has been a very good practice for Meycauayan Toastmasters Club. And some other clubs would have not yet applied this one, trying to have a pre-call meeting. For invocation, thank you, Mark. Kudos for that. And yes, I would really hope that some other clubs would also adopt this kind of practice, a pre-call meeting for to check on everybody's here. So for Betchai, okay, my goddaughter, I'm really very proud of you. I discovered Betchai when she was doing her morning joggings, and she was just reciting poetry, a lot of poetry. She's a wellness buff as well. And with your prayers, Betcha, I can very well tap that this was an extemporaneous prayer. And as a good speaker that you are, your voice is so solid, and your pronunciation very, very clear. She is a very promising speech contender. Don't you agree with me? Right? My pathological finding with you, Betchai, is that I would like you to check on your angle, like the angle of the monitor. Your face is just really very close. I can actually see your pores. And so, Betcha, you're so high tech. You have to check on I mean, am I doing good also on my angles? Okay. So, Betcha, you have to check on your angles and all, especially for doing a lot of virtual meetings. Okay. For the word of the night, Armel, of course, I really love the way yes, I really love the way you use the word pathology, and calling in distinguished Toastmaster Sonia for that. I really love to hear from distinguished Toastmaster Sonia, her voice, and she very well expounded on that. But I only get to speak seldom in a Toastmaster. You only get to speak seldom in a Toastmasters meeting when you are a general evaluator, just one time, but you have a lot of time. And so pathologically, Armel, I would like to say that you have to, in our virtual meetings, you really have to, increase your voice volume. And even though it's only a word of the night, just put on more expression to make the meetings and for everyone to be reminded that for everyone to be reminded. Excuse me, excuse me. Okay. I'm sorry, Lobat. Okay. I just charged it. Thank you so much. For our table topic evaluator, I'm going to call on my theme, okay? And so I have a table topic evaluator in the person of distinguished Toastmaster Sonia. Okay, I'm going to hear your voice again. Okay, the table is, the floor is yours, distinguished Toastmaster Sonia, for the table topic evaluations. Okay.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, my dear Toastmaster colleague, Toastmaster. I am so very elated by those very kind words. But okay, let's get into the job. I really miss face-to-face Toastmaster meetings because when you are a speech maker, you're supposed to be identified as standing in front of an audience, which is why when I evaluate, I feel that it's just half of the thing, you know. So apparently, because of the context that we are in, we will just be taking note of the content of the speech. But I would like, in general, to congratulate Meycauayan Toastmasters for a very, very impressive performance tonight, as I thank you for the privilege and the pleasure of being with you. So, table topics is Toastmaster impresario. It's what makes Toastmasters Toastmasters, if I may say. And so, with evaluating our speakers for tonight, I will say again that it's going to be incomplete in the manner that which what I would have wanted to. So, basically, it will be content, which is not much, because I would rather make evaluation on the performance. So Toastmastering is content and performance. Let's start with Toastmaster Mar. I very much appreciate his leadership. And well, in terms of tonight's performance, in terms of the speech, I would like to congratulate him for a very insightful and personal sharing. So he speaks about the annual physical exam in terms of his insights, personal insights. However, I would like to make a little suggestion. I'm not going to say too much now. Okay, I cannot say much now because in terms of content, that will be good enough. But I would have wanted to make more on the performance because that's what makes Toastmasters. You know, you speak in front of an audience. However, I would like to commend Toastmaster Mar for his very comfortable presence. He just like the leader that he is. I am appreciative of his command of the audience, of the situation. I would just want to make a little suggestion on making his speech more showing of an introduction and a conclusion. I kind of missed that. So, in other words, having an overall appreciation of the content, I would like to emphasize on the need for a very, very important introduction and a conclusion. Congratulations, Toastmaster Mark. If I go now to Toastmaster Armel, talking about her advice, if physical on the annual physical on the annual physical exam in terms of emotions. So what does he say? He's full of hope of what well the general advice is to feel what is this? I I can't make a what. Well, she already done. I would like to. I cannot. I'm more or less. I'm missing up on this notes of mine, but I would like to make a. I would like to congratulate also Toastmaster Armel for her notes, for her insights on giving advice. If she were to be, if she were to be giving advice, what would it be? Well, I would very much I would very much agree with her notes, with her items, with her notions. She had a very good response as well as a mini speech. There was a clear ending here. She had use of appropriate words, word pictures, motive words, and okay, I would like to congratulate um, Toastmaster Armel for the advice that she would give herself. I am going now to the next speaker, who is Toastmaster Oscar, if I'm not mistaken, where he speaks of happiness, empathy, and respect in terms of the physical, on the physical exam that we are confronted with. I am very much in agreement with your notes, with your items here, Toastmaster Oscar. I would like to just also emphasize on the structure. You know, when we have a very good introduction and a very good conclusion, a structure is very much important as much as content is. So, particularly when we are in a context like here, where we are online, I would emphasize on the fact that when we are in Toastmasters, the main thing is the performance. You know, you stand in front of an audience, there's that eye contact and stuff like that, and the gesturing and all that, which I miss. So, in terms of content, I would very much agree still, although I still go on with looking for the structure, the introduction and the conclusion. And I would also try to impose that in my advice for Toastmaster. And our fourth speaker is Toastmaster Rose. When you are in a waiting room with your future self, what would your advice be? And yeah, I would like to congratulate Toastmaster Rose for all of her conversational and healthy choosing of what to advise to her. I like her appropriate use of words. She did have an opening, and her enthusiastic and confident use, presentation of her ideas. She had a healthy choosing, and in terms of presentation, in terms of language, I would also agree with Toastmaster Rose on her ideas regarding the advice that she would give her future self. So, Madam Toastmaster, I would like to say I would like to congratulate the speakers for tonight. I wish I could do better in terms of making a whole idea of the evaluation, talking about performance, which we did not have too much, in terms of personal and physical facing of the audience. But otherwise, I would like to congratulate those masters of Meycauayan for a very important and a very significant presentation tonight. And thank you for having me. Madam Toastmaster.
Hello again. Okay, so we are going to move on and forward with our another team, another team of wellness instructors or wellness evaluators for tonight. And I'm going to, do I have to go on with the table topic evaluator assessment, Mark? Yeah, okay. So I'll have to go on with the distinguished Toastmaster Sonia. I really love to assess you. Okay, so how young are you, Madam? How young are you?
Is it that supposed to be a secret?
Because they say
Supposing I say I am
yeah.
16,
No, so
I would be telling a lie, madam. Yeah.
in other countries, we would say early 60s, mid 60s. But in the Philippines, you would really say the year. It's not like that. So you would say like
Rub it in.
I'm
late
more than 60,
50s.
of course. I'm
Oh,
more than 60.
late.
I'm
Okay,
very more than 60.
mid
I'm on
60s. So
70.
great.
More than
So
70.
great. So they say 70s is the new 60s. And if you are 60 years old, it's the new 50s. You should look like, if I am 60-year-old, they said, I look 40. Parang,
Wow. That's nice.
parang inconsistent. Distinguished Toastmaster Sonia, love I really love the way you see your presence.
Thank
Your
you, my dear.
presence. Your
I much
presence.
appreciate. Thank you.
You are an embodiment of what a distinguished Toastmaster should be. That's why Mark is pushing me to be a distinguished Toastmaster. Whenever I see
Yes.
distinguished Toastmasters, I would not push on.
Yes. Yes,
Kasi
you should,
I
madam.
cannot be like them. Just like you, you're an embodiment of what a Toastmaster, a distinguished
Oh
Toastmaster
my
is.
goodness. You're
Your
throwing me
presence
to
leaves the
heaven.
room. I mean, your presence excites the room, and everyone
Oh,
expects that this program is going to be set in high bar because of you, and your command of
thank
English
you.
language is just a second skin to you. How to be you? How to? I mean,
Sweetheart, you're
Thank
throwing me to
you.
heaven. Please, no.
Thank you for the inputs, Madam. We are learning so much tonight. And
Thank
just
you.
because Armel is going to give 100 pesos for our fun club, I'm going to give a pathological finding, if I may, a pathological finding about you. Okay? So, Madam, just stay calm when you lose your notes. and and forgot who's who, you forgot what's the topic. Just stay calm, and it reduces your immune response, because you forgot to evaluate Toastmaster Rose. So
No, I
our
did. I
last
did.
I did.
You did.
I did evaluate her.
Oh,
She
okay.
did.
Thank you for that. Thank you. It was not so heard of, but then again, I just want to say that you forgot Armel's topic, and so you were kind of lost there. And but then again, because you are just so fine lady, a graceful one, and you were able to come back. Love, 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 love the softness, the calmness, and so thank you so much for that. Meanwhile, I would like to go back to Mar. Mar, you improved so much. Like there was already an intonation. You actually delivered impressions. It could be, you said, and you said, maybe there are rare diseases. There was no such kind of language before. Probably that's what makes a presidency. Two clubs, a president of two clubs. Kudos, Mar. And of course, we are part of the 40% that undergo annual checkups yearly, right? So kudos, Mark. Thank you for that improvement. And Armel, well, Armel, that was a sense of relief. There was a sense of relief in your speech because, you made me think deep when you say the laughter, the love, lots of inspirations in life, covers a multitude of anxiety and depressions. Wow! Okay, your sincerity resonated, and I love the way you make us go back and think that truly any diseases, any kind of illness would be, we would overcome it with family supporting us. And thank you for making me, feel a sense of relief there. And I am facing my future diseases bravely because of what you said. Thank you. And I really love the sincerity in your organization. It really comes from the heart. There's a conviction in there. Oscar, what can I say? Wow. Oscar, happiness, empathy, and respect, facing challenges with enthusiasm. As I said with Armel, I am facing my future diseases with enthusiasm and bravery. Okay. And we are in shock. I mean, we are all in shock when you said you are a cancer survivor because it doesn't show. You know, the way you laughed before 5 years ago, I see you laugh, I see you move around. And today, you're as much vibrant as you are. There was no sign of cancer. I'm shocked. I mean, your good outlook, your vibrant perspective is an inspiration to all of us. I honestly believe that in any kind of challenges you are going to face it bravely. Inspire us, infect us with that kind of passion. Infect us more. Okay, Rose, that was one magnetic, amazing opening. It was what a very good example of a speech opening for a speech contest, right? I love the way you open it up with a conversation. And as Rai said, if you want a conversational speech, listen to Rose. And I really love the way you enjoy it with your sweetness, the sweet delivery that you had. And I forgot the topic Rai gave you. I was just listening to you. It was just also a sense of relief that in every bit of here and there, in every bit of challenges, and you say the wisdom of discipline should be applied. I love it, diba? And so with after all these table topics evaluations and expounding, I would like to call on uh, another team of mine, the prepared speech evaluations. I would like to call on our first prepared speech evaluator, the healthy leader, our evaluator, Lit Mabayad, evaluating Oscar Soriano. The floor is yours, Lit.
Thank you so much to our General Evaluator, Elise. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Toastmaster Oscar. You have just given us a very significant and relevant message. It's about health. And I think that famous quotation, health is wealth, although it is really that important for the past years, perhaps it's just being neglected or not being given its proper place. I think that quotation, when we were much younger, is always a reminder to us by our parents, but maybe lately, because of the busyness of life, it is being taken for granted. And your message tonight is a wake-up call for us to focus on health. And so I'd like to evaluate you, Oscar, using your name, but I'm not gonna use all the letters, OSCAR, but let me just use Oka, if that's okay with you. Although we don't call you Oka as a nickname, but for some people who have that name, Oscar, they are called Oka. And I just want to use 3 letters, OCA, to evaluate you. It was, again, an outstanding message. The really message for such a time as this. And although I am not supposed to repeat your message, but just evaluate you in your delivery, but I can't help it. So allow me to just quote one line. It's actually a long line, but it's so beautiful and very important. You said, what use is all the influence, power, or success if your body and mind are breaking down? And just like what Elise said, we can see in you, even Rice said this a while ago, that you are healthy and really you don't look your age. You said you're 70 plus, but you look really very healthy and very young. And it is because you did not let your body and mind break down. You're a cancer survivor, and we're just rejoicing with you. We didn't know that you were, but because you are, we salute you. And you are a living testimony that indeed cancer cannot dominate the mind and body of a person who really has a strong determination to live well. And for that, you are really a very good example of your message, a healthy leader. Your outstanding message is C, so concise, meaning it's free from all unnecessary details. You just spoke what you need to talk about. There's no, well, not so much, ingredients, but you just spoke on what truly matters. And personally, I did not take health as a foundation. I take it like most people do, that it's just a side goal, right? That's why people would say, "Oh, let's do some jogging, let's do Zumba," for it's like another extracurricular activity. But you made us see something very important for everyone to see and know, that it is the foundation. And because it is, so I think our attitude towards health right now is enhanced, it's changed, and you just made us feel better and more determined to focus on our health. And for the last letter, which is A, since you are a cancer survivor, you are an authority on the subject about health. You spoke with power and authority, Oscar, and we're just so glad to be your audience tonight. And you made this just for I and with my evaluation, I just remember of a quotation that says, the most important part of a building is the part that you do not see. No matter how tall a building is, it is the foundation that is really important. And that is what you're making us look into tonight. How firm is our foundation? How are we taking our health? Are we taking it for granted? Even our theme for tonight, if I may just say something about it, annual physical checkup. I don't think I am doing that annual. Maybe, when I feel sick only, but I think it's something I would do beginning this time around before 2025 ends. I will make sure I will have that annual checkup. And because it's not our theme, but because I heard you. And so I really congratulate you for making us cherish health. Your message is so significant, as I have said. You're challenging us not just to be any kind of leader. You made this important for us all to think that we got to be a healthy leader. Oscar, I salute you. I thank you for indeed your message is a reflective affirmation of your life. You are one healthy leader, Oscar. Congratulations.
Lit, you're so
Yes.
cute.
Oh,
I
you're
want to take you
cuter.
home.
Oh my,
I want to
like
take
a
you home.
puppy.
I want to tuck you into my bed. Your voice is so comforting. Your voice is so calm. I could sleep in it. Probably you're a very good lullaby singer, no?
I am.
Yeah. I just noticed, Lit.
Oh,
I am doing a pathological finding in you, okay?
yeah.
I
Oh,
noticed
wow.
that you were
Okay.
just so carried with Oscar's speech.
Oh, yes.
And
I'm a
I was
fan.
waiting for you to assess the organization, the speech
Uh-huh.
content, and how it goes, how it flows,
Okay.
the transition and everything. But all of us, just like all of us, we are so engrossed in the speech and
Yeah.
how he did overcame it, diba? With all those
Yeah.
perspectives and all those principles in
Well,
mindset niya. But moreover, because I cannot blame you because Oscar's speech was so speech was full of bang. Every
Inspiration.
corner of the speech was just full of bang. It was all
Yeah.
over.
So inspirational.
Katatapos lang ng isang revelation. And there's another revelation saying, like, even though how magnetic the speaker is, even though how we have to focus on the speech proper, the organization. Anyway, who cares? We are all entertained, and the speech was really very, very strong,
And
very influential.
organized.
Yeah,
I think it's
who cares
worthwhile.
about the organization? I was entertained. I was engrossed. I was learning. Thank you so much, Liz. And so take home my pathological finding also, no? And
Thank
so I'm
you.
going
I received.
I'm going to call on an evaluator of our second speaker. Life's awkward moments, life's lesson. Marley Biran to be evaluated by. Is Anna here? Toastmaster Anna aborde?
It will be me.
Okay ba, Mar?
It will be me, Ellis.
Marley Biran. Life's awkward moments. I'm sorry, I'm not looking on my notes. It's Anna or Mark? Okay, Mark. The floor is yours.
Fellow Toastmasters, Toastmaster Mar, I am Dr. Mark, your pathologist, and let me dissect the pathology of your speech. First, let's go to the normal impressions on your speech. First, I appreciated because you stayed faithful to the objective of your speech on emotional intelligence being impactful to relationships. Second, you use stories and examples like pain, rain, and bosses to concretize your entire speech. And third, you extracted lessons from those stories. Now to Smasher Mar, I would recommend some further workups and prescriptions so that you may diminish the pathos or the diseases brought about by the speech. First, align the facial expression with the feelings in your story. I noticed earlier when you were telling us about pain, you were still smiling. Second, observe smooth transitions between anecdotes and stories. For example, deliver your main story and then develop that story by branching out from the main story and then extract the lesson from those stories. And third, keep in mind this question: how can my speech resonate with my audience? In order for you to have your speech resonate with your audience, you may use some creative techniques like having a vocal variety, using acronyms in voicing out your message, or having a catchy or humorous lines, or having this insightful conclusion so that the thoughts of your audience may be provoked. Toastmaster Mar, take all of these prescriptions at least once a day until your next speech. So in summary, you had done well by staying faithful to your objective, by having stories and examples, and by extracting lessons from those stories. And as my prescriptions, align your facial expressions to your feeling in the story. Second, observe smooth transitions between anecdotes and stories. And third, take into account the resonance of your speech with your audience. Toastmaster Mar, in this time like this, let's have family conference. It is important. And we have these weekend mentoring sessions and mentoring sessions, and take advantage of it. And of course, practice more and more and more so that on your next speech, you will be better and greater communicator. Back to you, Toastmaster Elise.
Wow! So many findings. So many pathological findings. Did you understand the pathological findings? Concretized, instructional, prescriptive by Dr. Mark. Parang ang dami-daming pathos. Mar, I hope you got it. I was not able to check. I was not able to write it all down, but he needs to have a medical conference with you in regards to your facial expression and everything in it. Mark, I'm so confused with both of you. Nakakatakot na doktor yan. Ang daming negative findings. But the point is, I really appreciate all those recommendations, and it's one way of you to really become a very, very good president of 2 clubs. Probably you're already good. You're taking medication. You are a president of 2 clubs. And he is trying to check on your presence in a medical conference during weekly mentoring sessions in regards to your ailment. And all you have to do is just say, thank you, Dr. Mark, because there are a lot of recommendations in regards to your delivery. But I can see, Patient Mar, your organization is truly also, in my assessment, in my evaluation, I appreciate the organization. It's just that, he is a distinguished Toastmaster, Mark, and we really have to abide in it. Just listen to him so we can become a champion speaker as well, like him. Okay, so we're moving forward with our third speaker. He is, of course, Distinguished Toastmaster. Distinguished Toastmaster Mark, the Diamond Gavel Awards night, and he is to be evaluated by our area area governor. I don't know. He's our area governor before. Sedi Cortez. Thank you. I'm sorry. I'm not anymore once in a mic.
Thank you so much to our General Evaluator, Toastmaster Elise. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and friends. Good evening, distinguished Toastmaster Mark. Toastmaster Mark, thank you so much for acknowledging all of the people who contributed to the success of the Diamond Gavel Awards. And of course, once again, let's give distinguished Toastmaster Mark a round of applause for this highly successful project. Now, distinguished Toastmaster Mark, what I appreciate to your second speech in your level 5.2 high performance leadership is, first, I could see the vibrancy of your face, and it shows pride that you are really proud of your project. And of course, as those this is not a technical commendation, but I wanted to say that because the project itself is successful, and it inspires us to have that kind of project to be applied in a Toastmaster club as well. Second, I appreciate that you acknowledge the persons who contributed to the success of the project. You really gave them some kind words and some words of inspiration that will allow them to have this kind of project as well. Now, distinguished Toastmaster Mark, how can I help you to have a better delivery of your speech? I know this is even though this is a just a summary of your project, and I am really struggling how can I evaluate you of your delivery, to be honest. But here are my recommendation. First is to improve. You have to improve your content, even though this is just a summary of how the project is being done. You could put spice of the content by including what are the challenges that you have encountered while you are doing these projects. If you may said to you may tell us some challenges like or personal challenges like you are having jitters as the Diamond Gavel Awards is coming or you or some of or one of the committee members didn't attend the deliberations or something like that. You could tell us the challenges so that it will also allow us to know how can we surpass those challenges. Second is the call the concluding part of your speech. Improve you may improve it by giving an impactful call to action. I appreciate you gave us a power of three when you gave your concluding part of your speech, but you make it more impactful. I couldn't give a demonstration in it, but you could just give us something actionable on how can we emulate you as a distinguished Toastmaster to have that kind of project. But all in all, distinguished Toastmaster Mark, once again, congratulations for successfully finishing your high performance leadership as well as the Diamond Gavel Awards. And we are looking forward for the Diamond Gavel Awards this term. So back to you to our general evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sedi, for that. Wow. It is really a challenge to evaluate someone like distinguished Toastmasters Mark's speeches. I really appreciate the way you give your pathological findings also with Mark. And you start off with the good things about Mark's speech. But what strikes me is when you said, improve on your speech content. Okay, so wow. And ano daw yon? Your speech content. You should add jitters. You should add something like an exciting things to give out examples. And the challenges you encountered while being a star or being the awardee. And I like that. I like the way you deliver that. And it also resonated in a way that what should I put in my speech as a cheater also? And what are the anxiety to become three awards? What are the anxiety you encountered receiving those three awards, Mark? I mean, just holding three awards in one night is already would decrease your immune response for 70% because it's going to affect your gut. A lot of diseases is caused by reduction in the immune response, right? And this would actually occur during anxiety, during depression. This lessens your immune response and in the way your defense system works. Anyway, clear recommendations, giving out your kiss recommendations, and then the cake. It's also an example of a very good evaluations. Thank you, Sadi, for that. I would like to move forward with our fourth speaker, evaluator of our fourth speaker. Also, again, by Lit, and he is our fourth speaker by Rose. The speaker was Rose Pagia, and their speech title was Susceptibility Through Education. And you are going to be evaluated by, again, another distinguished Toastmaster in the future, Lit Babayad.
Again, thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Elise of the future. Well, just a while ago, you made a comment of how I evaluate, and that made me conscious. Like I evaluate not really the delivery of the speaker, but I now realize that I evaluate the content of the speech. That is where I focus on. And maybe that's one thing I'll be doing again. But you're welcome, this general evaluator, to add more to my evaluation of Direct Rose Pagia. Well, Toastmaster Rose, I didn't know that you're not just a busy online mother, but you're a very busy person who is very much involved in community development. And a while ago, you showed us a logo. It's Mendro. So that is the group where you belong. So that's really, no, it's not. It is.
Sorry, that's a local government organization.
Wow. Yeah, and
Where I
then
will ask
you're part
support
of it.
for.
Yeah, that's great to know that you are really into this kind of passion where you are really after the welfare of our environment. And I like to evaluate you using your name, who is the queen of all flowers, Rose. You delivered your message like a true reporter, and your delivery was great. Your voice was loud and clear. And thank you for reporting to us the very important things that we need to be busy about also. Thank you for, you are a very aware person of what's going on in our environment. And so your message is about sustainability through education. Yes, education plays the major role in order for everyone, children, young people, and old people alike, to really be into this campaign of being environment conscious. You're a reporter, and you're an outstanding reporter that made us see that it is true a series of seminar where everyone could get educated. You start with the barangay level, going up to a higher level. And I think you even made mention of teaching children, young as they are, of how to be conscious of how they live their lives on a daily basis, because daily actions matter, you said. That is very good. We see a lot of children just throwing their trash anywhere, everywhere, but it's really heartbreaking to see them like that. And we need more people like you who are really educate them. And this is a kind of education that is sustainable. If there are people, more and more people like you, who would really be so supportive in this kind of act where we could help ourselves, our family, and our community. I think that is a very important word nowadays, community. In, just like the song, it reminds me of the song while you were reporting. Hindi, walang sino man ang nabubuhay para sa sarili lamang. That's it. Now, you don't throw a trash or whatever because you don't need it. No, you care for others, so you don't just do a very careless act. And indeed, children are the ones that need to be educated. So when they grow up, they will be responsible citizens of our land. So did you get our reporter? You're outstanding, and you are supportive in this campaign of the government to really make it a better world. And for the last letter, which is E, oh, Rose, I'm so touched by your life. You are environment friendly. You're a flower, and you are an environment friendly flower. And thank you for announcing to us, reporting to us that during the Environment Month, which is September, you are going to put up an activity. Oh, I wish we could be part of that. So you just remind us how we can participate and how we can learn. We want to be your audience, and just want to thank you for your life that shines. San Nicolas Barangay must be so proud to have a citizen like you who's really doing a great work. And what else can I do? Just be there. And I didn't know you're so ambitious when it comes to environment, right? I think I should really use that word ambitious, because who would be ambitious when it comes to taking care of environment? Not much, but you are. And just continue, press on. We know that as a leader, as a healthy leader, we will be able to really take a great lead, and many will be your followers. Just keep up the good work. And as much as you have given us this report, just continue to share this with others, because as you do, that is a form of education, and an education that is indeed sustainable. And because it is sustainable, it will last and last and last for our entire lifetime. So, Rose, oh, I cannot help but salute you as well. I am a fan of everyone who really is an action man. You are. Congratulations, Rose. General Evaluator Elise, please add more.
Lit!
Yeah.
You're so carried off. You're so
Again.
carried off.
Oh,
We're so carried off by the advocacy. You could probably be
right.
recruited by Rose.
I would like to be. I hope I
I'd
will
like to
be.
be a part of the project already.
Yes. Yes, I
You
am
know, Lit,
already
you are a
a
thinker.
volunteer.
You think in silence.
Yeah.
Even if you evaluate in a rigidly manner, in a firm manner, in a strong manner, even if you believe that the speaker is, needs some more improvement, but you can still deliver it in a composed and calm manner.
Really?
Why is it like you? I want to be like you. And it was an individual approach, Lit, because you were looking at the project na naman, and you're so engrossed in it.
Again.
And you are concerned more of the advocacy, probably, giving also Rose more advice, suggestions.
Oh,
And
no.
Rose, I would like to commend your speech. Wellness has 8 dimensions, and one of those is the environmental wellness. Okay? And most of you would like to know more about financial wellness. I am more inclined to physical and emotional wellness. And I researched more. That was actually my dissertation. The physical and the wellness and the emotional. But this speech is all about environmental wellness. Being a veterinarian, I really would like to take care of the whales, and Rose has another advocacy, the environment as well. Rose give away plants that shies, that takes away the mosquitoes around, and that was one of my dreams for environmental wellness. Thank you so much for that project. We are not very well funded by it. We are not very well compensated by it. And you are in my same boat. And now we are praying for more collaborators and networks for that. Kudos, more power, Rose. And I know you're going to go very far just with one sense, passion. No amount of money is going to equal that. Just the passion alone can make you go through with your advocacy. Thank you, Rose. We have a hero. I need a hero. We have a hero here. Okay. Thank you so much. And I am going to call another team, our language evaluator. What is a language evaluator? What is he going to do? Armel, what are you going to do?
Grammarian.
Armel? Oh, Armel is the grammarian? Yeah, language evaluator again. Can I call on Armel again?
Yes. Thank you
Language
so much.
evaluator or the grammarian? Yeah,
Thank
you're
you so
going
much.
to give away 100 pesos. Yes.
Thank you so much once again to our General Evaluator, Toastmaster Elise De Latas. Members of Meycauayan, congratulations! All of you did a great job using vivid language and descriptive storytelling of our prepared speakers. I listened intently to your words and I have to share this to you because you used powerful words tonight, like the words empathy, respect, mysteriously, irony, resolutely, insurmountable, flabbergasted, exemplary, diamond, steward, elated, impressive, insightful, reflective affirmation, vibrancy, emulate. These are just examples of the words used tonight that I found amazing. And also, some of you shared powerful statements like, it is okay not to be okay, health is wealth. A healthy leader is a focused leader. To lead well, you must live well. When it rains, it pours. Life is full of uncertainties, life is simple, and life is full of surprises. I also like trial and success. And people need to understand how their actions affect the environment. Now, for the pathology word usage, Rose used it twice, Elise used it 4 times, and Mark 1. So I have 7 word usage, but we still have time. Just add 3 or more usage of the word pathology and you will win the jackpot prize of 100 pesos. Now, fellow Toastmasters, continue practicing effective grammar and word usage. Focus on its clarity and conciseness in using those words into your speeches. I am your grammarian tonight, and I would like to return the control to our General Evaluator, Toastmaster Elise.
Probably it's raining cats and dogs in your place, Armel. Your net is unstable.
I'm
I appreciate
sorry.
that your feedback. I really value your feedback, Armel. And so there were a lot of golden words for us to remember. And so you can actually remember them by the usage of the speakers, like, respect and empathy from Oscar, and environmental wellness from Rose. And, speakers, Toastmasters, you can you can forget the speech, but you can never forget how the speakers make you feel, right? So that's how I'm going to remember Rose. That's what I'm going to remember Oscar. Okay. So I'm going to move forward with our, what is this? A filler and motion evaluation of fame. Counter. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. My granddaughter said, uh-oh, I made mistake. By Ryder Sus.
Thank you.
Uh-oh.
Thank you, Toastmaster Elise. Now for the FAME report, the filler and movement evaluation report. Several of us are now improving in minimizing fillers such as us and ums and However, we still have some few discourse markers. Discourse markers like Toastmaster Mar, he tends to repeat the word yes, yes, which though friendly can become a habitual clutch. I'm sorry. And Toastmaster Sonja often use very, very, which might dilute the power of her message. And Toastmaster Elise repeated 2-2, which seems like a stalling technique as she delivers her speech or message. These are subtle, but being aware is the first step to refining your delivery. In terms of movement, please be mindful of your camera presence, especially in online meetings. I encourage everyone to look at the pin of the camera rather than the video feed of the screen. Eye contact, even virtually, strengthens your connection with your audience. Let us improve our camera angle so that we can make sure that we are able to connect with our audience, and at the same time make sure that you are in the middle of your screen so we can see your face clearly. And to wrap up, remember, don't be a pathological perfectionist. Instead, be a passionate learner. Every Toastmasters meeting is an opportunity for growth. Keep exposing yourself to challenging table topics, delivering prepared speeches, and club hop to broaden your experience. The best way to become a confident speaker is to keep showing up and showing growth. Thank you, and back to you, our general evaluator.
Did you catch that? The wisdom? It just go boom, 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 boom. You know, you're just trying to digest what she's saying, and then here comes another wisdom. The voice is so distinct. I mean, the voice is clear, but
But
I
then the
can,
extinct.
but I can seldom remember because it just goes bam, bam, bam. The wisdom goes everywhere. It goes just all around. Thank you so much. Just speak slowly because there are senior citizens around. You know.
Now we heard him
Thank you.
loud and
Thank
clear.
you for that. And now moving forward. Yeah, but we cannot catch up. I cannot remember Oscar. I cannot remember what he said. I just remember the gesture, the gesture and the impression, and the findings. Anyway, I forgot. Moving forward, our timer. Oh my goddaughter, Betchay. I love this girl. Betchay, where are you?
Good evening, Toastmasters. As your timer for tonight, I have taken the vitals of our speakers' speeches. And here's the report. All of the table topics speakers are, I should say, healthy and normal. They're all fit, fast, and fabulous. They're all within the time limits. But for the prepared speakers, my blood pressure went up because the prepared speaker number 1, well, he's second highest, but my heart rate went up with the prepared speaker number 2. And the third prepared speaker is underweight, meaning he is below the minimum mark. And the last speaker for the prepared speech is the only one normal heart rate. But unfortunately, I wasn't able to get all the timings of the evaluators because I was all the time mesmerized by their speeches. I was captivated, especially by the energy of our general evaluator, my ninang. That's all. Good evening, Toastmasters. Stay healthy and within limits.
Thank you.
Betchay. Don't you agree with me, guys, that she's now capable of hosting or being a Toastmaster of the evenings program? Just give her a topic and she'll be able to deliver. She's really a very good contender for the next speech contest. Don't you agree with me, guys? Her voice is so clear. In diction niya, in pronunciation niya. I mean, I was doing well in my pronunciation and diction on my 5th year. But this girl has just registered. Is a new member. What can I say? Just like new babies nowadays, they can recite ABC up to Z, 1 year old. Time it is AI na tayo. Thank you so much, Betcha. You are a very good speaker. And Mark is preparing you to attend the weekly mentoring sessions because he is grooming you. Okay, just prepare for your material. Fellow Toastmasters, thank you so much for a very many pathological findings. I cannot see myself. Mark, what happened to me? I cannot see myself. Anyway, I just have to listen to myself. Annual physical exam. Chris, don't you agree with me? Chris is just so well-rounded, as I was saying, because I just, I'm graduating this August, and my forte is actually about wellness. And so my calling card says it's a wellness coach, Elise. And so we are well-rounded, actually. There are 8 dimensions of wellness, and every one of you reflects and manifests those wellness dimensions of yours. And so you don't even have to worry about your lab results. Just go ahead and enjoy a good lifestyle habit. And of course, your food intake. Fellow Toastmasters, what can I say about Chris? Also, Chris, how young Chris is. Chris, you're in your late 20s. I'm sorry, I keep on asking age because they say that if you are 30, you're supposed to work or move around like a 20-year-old. If you are a 70-year-old, you're supposed to work and move around like a 60-year-old. That's what wellness is all about. Pathologically speaking, pathologically findings, Chris, what can I say? There is no pathological findings, no lesions, no granular growth whatsoever. It's just that so full of information overload. Again, I wasn't able to remember so many information. And so, Chris, what can I say? There is no minute of boredom in you. You are very well prepared. It is very obvious that you have researched on your topic, and you are very well prepared. And some of us here have medical backgrounds, and you're actually saying it correctly, that 40% of people undergo annual checkup. You know why? Because of this 40% are already a corporate member, and that the corporations are actually implementing them for them to have these annual checkups. But those 7% consult less often than 2 to 3 years. In my community service, a lot of senior citizens would say, "Hi, Elise, I do not have maintenance." Oh, really? 60, 70, sometimes 82 years old would tell me, "I don't have maintenance." And then one thing I would ask, "Have you gone through an annual physical checkup?" And they would say, "No." Kaya nga, you don't know what's happening in your body. Fellow Toastmasters, I would just want to say this, that your body is an amazing body. You have a cancer, go autophagy. Hunger it. Go through cell hunger. OMAD is 1 meal a day for cancer patients now. We approach it like that. And so there's no more problem with diabetics, high cholesterol, just lifestyle change habit, fellow Toastmaster. Chris, I love the way you handled all these things, okay, in the program. You are not baffled, you were not confused, and some of us here have medical backgrounds, and you did it good. Thank you so much, fellow Toastmasters. Thank you for having me as your general evaluator. And back to our Vice President, Mark Estrada. Thank you, Toastmasters.
Thank you, General Evaluator Toastmaster Elise, for a comprehensive evaluation together with your team. It's an honor that Division Director Nol is here. And do you have any announcements to make before we proceed with the announcements in the club announcements?
Thank you very much, distinguished Toastmaster Mark. I would like to congratulate everybody. Please give yourselves a big round of applause. Yay. And I would like to release this is new press release, because last Saturday and Sunday we were in Baguio, and we were with Dr. Sonia, distinguished Toastmaster, and the good mayor of Baguio City was our guest under the banner of Division O, and that is our new division, Division O. He is the mayor of Baguio, Mayor Benji Magalong was our guest. We were all together. We had coffee in the afternoon, and we enjoyed. Director Rai was able to catch up in that meeting too. Thank you very much for the support. And we see a very cohesive and very dynamic division at the moment. I promise you, we are trying our best to organize every area. We have 5 areas now under Division O, and even the Division O. You know, I am telling everybody in the Division Council, please ask me what I'm telling them. Please ask me what.
Right.
Yes, I am telling everybody to be androids. Androids. Okay. Because I want quick responses. I want always like updated the news and particulars. And because we want to reach out to each and every one of you, every Toastmaster under our division, we must look after each other. And that I would like to promise. And thank you for the term. I had 7 days. No. Yes, I had 8 days already, and it's not the end. It's just the start. we have past division governors and past division directors in this room. I admire your leadership, and I promise you, I will emulate each and every one of you. That I promise. Back to you, distinguished Toastmaster Mark.
Thank you for that, Division Director Noli Manlapaz. Now for our announcements.
Everyone, fellow Toastmasters in Meycauayan, to please join us to the upcoming induction of our district trio. And of course, this will be also an awarding ceremony. So I'm very excited to invite you because it will be a very fruitful awarding ceremony, because as you all know, Meycauayan Toastmasters Club last term is gained so much awards and recognition. So please join us as we honor our club and our achievers in our club. And of course, I want you also to witness the induction and the oath-taking of our new district trio. The participation fee for the meal and for the venue is only 1,500 pesos. It will be held in Best Western Plus Hotel, Metro Clark, Sabers Building, MacArthur Highway, Angeles City, Pampanga. It will be from 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. And I would like also to encourage our officers to kindly block your calendar on September 20, because we will have our COT1. That's all. Thank you. Back to you, Toastmaster Mark.
Yes, it has been an evening of learning, sharing, and inspiring. Graced by no less than our Division O Director, Pandikog Governor Noli, and of course, our distinguished Toastmaster, Sonia Chan, and our ever enthusiastic and ever energetic members. Thank you very much to all of you. And with the powers vested in me by the Toastmasters International, I now close the meeting. Thank you and good evening.
Good evening. Bye-bye. Good night.
Good evening po. Good night. Bye-bye.
Chart our course. Unity is our greatest force.